Although the town of Swainsboro was laid out in 1812, it was 63 years before there was a church of any kind. The first church building in Swainsboro is described in the old minutes as a commodious house of worship erected before the church was constituted. Swainsboro Baptist Church was constituted January 1st, 1875, with 11 members. The organizing presbytery was composed of Reverend George Washington Smith, who served as the first pastor, and Reverend H.L. Knight. The first deacons were E.B. Lewis and Thomas M. Lewis. In later years, J.K. Lewis, Josephus Camp, and W.P. Roundtree were ordained.
The young congregation first gathered in the building now used by the Primitive Baptists, which was deeded to the church by G.W. Mooring on February 22nd, 1875. That first structure was simple, with two separate doors for men and women to enter. By September 1896, the Baptists were ready for a new location and a larger church. A committee was appointed to locate a place for a new church. Almost a year later, a building committee was appointed. Miss M.M. McLeod, Miss Nancy A. Ellison, and Mr. Frank Mitchell. In 1899, the lot on East Main Street was given by Mr. John C. Coleman. The church was erected on this site in 1900.
Just a few years later, on March 9, 1952, the congregation dedicated the building in a special service that honored the church's 77 years of growth. That day, the members looked back with gratitude at the struggles and sacrifices of those who had gone before, while looking ahead with the words, "In looking to the future, we see its vision that the history of the church may truly be His story, when our hearts are stirred by the compelling urge of greater things yet to be done."
Since 1952, the church has continued to expand its facilities to meet the needs of its ministries. 2 additions have been constructed to the main building to provide space for education and offices, and in 2012, the church completed a family life center for children and youth activities. Though the project carried financial challenges, the debt was fully retired by November of 2018. The Family Life Center has become a hub for fun and fellowship. It has hosted a men's basketball group, youth gatherings, community outreach, and countless moments of recreation and community life. These opportunities for fellowship remind us that joy, laughter, and unity are as much a part of the Christian journey as study, worship, and service.
Beyond its buildings and events, the true heartbeat of FBC has always been its people and ministries. Throughout its many years of ministry, First Baptist Church Swainsboro has sought to remain committed to sharing the gospel and serving both its congregation and community. The church has long maintained an active Sunday school ministry, providing a foundation for spiritual growth across all ages. Though groups have changed over the years, FBC has remained committed to missions and to inspiring Christians to influence their world for Christ. Brotherhood and WMU groups have strived to focus hearts and minds on the mission, to make disciples who live on mission. The next generations have been nurtured in this same spirit, with children participating in mission education and choir, and youth actively engaging in service and ministry opportunities.
Music has always been a vibrant expression of worship at First Baptist Church. The church has a rich history of worship through song, with an active adult choir and a variety of singing ministries over the years, including the well-loved groups, the Missionettes, and the Good News Company. Each Christmas season, the church blesses the community with its annual Christmas cantata, a tradition that continues to inspire hearts and celebrate the birth of Christ.
First Baptist Church has also walked faithfully through the seasons of challenge. In 2020, the global COVID-19 pandemic brought an unprecedented interruption to church life, as in-person worship services were suspended for 12 weeks. Though the sanctuary was quiet, the ministry of the church did not stop. Members found new ways to connect, worship, and serve until the doors could be opened once again. A reminder that the church is not a building, but a family of faith.
A few years later, Hurricane Helene devastated the Swainsboro area, leaving homes and businesses without power for weeks. First Baptist Church became a place of refuge and service, opening its doors to disaster workers, hosting meals for those in need, and gathering faithfully for Sunday worship, even without electricity. This season revealed the strength and unity of the church family, as well as its deep commitment to serve the community in Christ's name.
The true legacy of First Baptist Church is not found in one pastor, member, or ministry. Rather, it is a story of how God has worked through us together as His people. Every step of the journey has been guided by His hand, and our prayer is that generations to come will see His faithfulness as clearly as we have.